Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Tabansi. I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we have arguably one of the most ridiculous shows we have produced in a very long time. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to it. Let me just get into this here. Yesterday evening, I came across a clip on my phone. I believe it was from Yahoo Sports NBA's account. And they were highlighting some comments that Draymond Green made on the Shaq's big podcast with Shaq, right? Shaquille O'Neal's podcast. And in this clip, Draymond Green was talking about how the NBA is not set up for players to be wealthy after they play in the NBA. And as a matter of fact, he has an issue with the way that they find players because he believes that it's something that's actually hurting their wealth. I was so stunned that I actually shared the clip on my story on Instagram. And for those of you not following me on Instagram, my handle is CTABANZ. And I put up the shaking my head emoji. I was absolutely floored by Draymond Green's reasoning and the arguments that he was putting forward. And that's what we want to focus on today. But before we even get into some of the things that Draymond Green had to say, this video is brought to you by our sponsor, Game Time, who's the official sponsor of today's show. Game Time Tickets is an authorized ticket marketplace of the NBA, which makes getting playoff tickets faster and easier than ever. For example, I am super excited about the games between the Dallas Mavericks and the Minnesota Timberwolves this week. With Game Time Tickets, I can easily pick the best tickets for me. I love that I can choose between different deals. I have the option to select the cheaper deal, the best option deal, or my favorite, the flash deal. The flash deal gives me the option to find discounts that I can only find on Game Time. Once I select the ticket I want, I can view my seat. And it's not just restricted to the NBA. I can also look for the best ticket deals for other sports like football, baseball, or concerts, or comedy or theater shows. Included in my purchase, I also have a 24-hour return guarantee, a lowest price guarantee, event cancellation protection. So take the guesswork out of buying NBA tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Again, create an account and redeem code CLNS for $20 off. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what we want to do now is want to play exactly what Draymond Green had to say here, and then want to come back and react to his comments. Take a listen to Draymond here.
And we're in Boston. And so it's closer to New York. They come meet with our team in Boston. And the lady that's over the PA Foundation says, "Woo, Draymond, I love you because you always sending us money." Whoa. You're supposed to be fighting for my money back. You sit here telling me you love me because I get fined and I always send y'all money. I'm supposed to be confident in you fighting for my money back. I've been done ever since. And so, you look at, like any other charitable donation, it went here, it went there. We never know where this money goes.
Never.
I don't understand it. So I'm never in favor of guys getting suspended. The fines to me don't make sense. When you talk about as hard as we work to accumulate wealth, coming from situations that most people never make it out. And then you get fined the way we get fined. It's actually not set up for us to be wealthy after we're done playing. This job is not set up the way we're taxed.
Oh, California?
The way we're taxed, the way we're fined, the things that's this job ain't never been set up for us to be wealthy after we're done playing. And you hear about all these programs like this program, this program, that is to cover everybody. This program is to teach this guy this. But if I do something wrong, I lose $100,000. Man, it took my mom 4 years when I was growing up to make $100,000. And I lose that in the night because what? The fines are, the referee got mad at me. And he didn't like what I said to him. So I lose $5,000 like that, on a tech, and so I think I don't understand the marker. And back to your Jamal Murray question, I think it was absolutely insane that you get a $100,000 fine, no suspension, no nothing, for throwing a heating pack at an official.
Yeah.
Man, I throw a word at an official, they throw me under the jail. You throw a heating pack at an official?
So you heard Draymond Green's utterly ridiculous and disrespectful comments. Some of y'all are like, why is that disrespectful? The reason I'm saying it's disrespectful is because had it not been for the Magic Johnsons and the Michael Jordans, Draymond Green would not be seeing contracts like this. You know how much Michael Jordan earned his last year in the NBA? $30 million or $33 million. Do you realize that Draymond Green just recently signed, it's in a 4-year deal where he signed a $100 million contract? He signed in 2023. $100 million, which means that he's going to be getting paid, what, 4 years? $25 million per annum. And Draymond Green has made over $177 million in his 12-year career. Do you know how much money Magic Johnson made in Magic Johnson's career? Magic Johnson made a grand total of $25 million. He had a lifetime contract, I believe, with the Lakers. Let's look at Magic Johnson's net worth. Magic Johnson's net worth. Magic Johnson today is worth $1.2 billion, but he made $25 million. So what Draymond Green is going to make in a year is what Magic Johnson made in his career. Yet Magic Johnson is worth $1.2 billion. Few things I want to get to. Number one, Draymond Green is allergic to accountability. Allergic. Everything is always somebody else's fault. Everything. I never hear Draymond take any accountability for his actions. Never. And that's one of the reasons I'm so perplexed by people who always defend Draymond Green. I don't understand it. I really don't. I can never take Draymond Green seriously about serious issues. I can't. When this is the way he reasons and sees the world. That's number one. Draymond had the nerve to say that because of the fines, the NBA doesn't set you up for wealth after you play in the NBA. I want to share a figure, a player that played in the NBA. Maybe you've heard of him, maybe you haven't. I'm sure the majority of you haven't. There's a former NBA player by the name of Junior Bridgman. He played for the Los Angeles, He played, let me just see if I can find it here. What teams? I know he played for the Los Angeles Clippers. He played for the Milwaukee Bucks, and he played, for the Clippers. He came into the NBA 1975 and retired in 1987, the year I was born. Over his career, and I want to read this for you. He made roughly $350,000 per annum. $350,000 back then per annum during his NBA career, roughly. Do you know what Junior Bridgman's net worth is today? His net worth is $600 million. $600 million. The question then becomes, for somebody that was making $350 a year, how did he make $600 million? Well, he became the number one. He's a person that has the most franchises, I think, in the world. He has franchises in Wendy's. I read a little bit about a story, some other places, right? I think he also works with Coca-Cola and all of that. Very sharp guy. If you saw him walking down the street, you wouldn't know, unless maybe his height. But based on how he's dressed, you wouldn't know. That's why I'd be shocked. Like, I ain't got to prove nothing to you if I got money or not. I don't got to prove nothing to you, especially if I already got a lady. I'm sorry. I'm good. I don't care. You can think whatever you want to think. Oh, he ain't looking like that. I don't care. Feel whatever you want to feel, right? When you're comfortable in your skin and you know what it is, you don't need to prove nothing to nobody. So you have people like that make $600 million, but yet you have Draymond Green, who I believe has received over $2 million in fines in his NBA career. A guy making $25 million a year in the NBA is talking about the NBA doesn't set you up for financial freedom when you retire. I just cannot deal with people that always want to, people that have no self-accountability and are always making excuses for their failures. I get sick of it. I have no sympathy for you. In 2024, we need to stop with people looking for people to take care of, look what's happened to me and woe is me and it's so hard on me. And I don't want to hear it, especially if you're a man. I don't want to hear it. Draymond saying what he said is absolutely ignorant. Absolutely ignorant. If Draymond Green invested $5 million of his wealth with some of these money managers or different things that help you grow your money over time with interest, Draymond will be worth so much money in the future. What do you mean that the NBA doesn't set you up set you up after basketball? If you make $100 million as an NBA, if you make $50 million as an NBA player, and let's say after taxes you make 35 and you go broke, that's your fault. That's not the NBA's fault. That's not the United States' fault. That's not the world's fault. It is your fault because it is your responsibility to make sure you learn how to invest your money and to live properly. Draymond Green, who's his best friend? Oh, who's one of his friends he's always hanging out with? LeBron James. Folks, let me break it to y'all real quick. LeBron James and Draymond Green are not mates. What do I mean by that? You're a millionaire. You're hanging out with a billionaire. That's not your mate. What do I mean? I mean that by saying the lifestyle that LeBron is living, you can't afford to be around him a lot to live his lifestyle. You can't unless you're going to be leeching off of him. He's a billionaire. If you make $100,000 a year and your friend makes $1 million a year, the life that you live and the life that he lives is totally different lives. And if you want to hang out with him to prove that you can hang out with him, you're going to be the one that's going to suffer because you can't do it. You won't be able to live the life he lives based on the way he spends. So go find somebody that's in your mate. Not to say that, oh, you can't have friends like that. No, there's nothing wrong with having friends like that. The minute is when you now want to start behaving like them. Going to places that they go. Eating at the restaurants that they eat to. You can eat once or twice, but once you try to frequent it like that, you're going to find out what's coming to you. Because you're not at that level. LeBron is a billionaire. LeBron, I heard, was it Brian Winter talking about he's building a $150 million, $100 million house in LA that he's building. That's almost Draymond Green's career earnings. But that's the dude you want to hang out with? Are you kidding? He's not your mate. He's not. But we're going to hang out with LeBron. Okay, keep hanging out with LeBron and see how that takes you. How much is LeBron making a year? $70 million a year with endorsements, $100 million a year. LeBron hangs out with people that are worth your net worth needs to be around $500 million plus 350, 400 to be hanging out with LeBron comfortably. Because at that level, money doesn't even matter. But in his case, for him to be complaining and you're an NBA player making millions, do you know how that sounds to the American public and the viewing public? Even if you're making $1 million, you have no right to be complaining. Not at all. But to be making $25 million, maybe after taxes you make $13 million, and you're talking about, it's so hard for us? What? And you're going to blame it on fines? Number one. Number two, who forced you to get fined? Was it not you? Whose fault is that? Again, it's yours. But you want to make it somebody else's fault. Well, why do they have to fine me? Why can't you control yourself? It's the rule of the NBA. You're not going to change it. So adjust. And they're not going to change it for you. Why was the NBA have those rules? Because they won't have players like you, Draymond, running up and down the court, kicking people in the privates, throwing them in the chokeholds. So there must be something to penalize them, to discourage them from behaving like this. How is this complicated? I don't know. Why didn't want to allow me to just go up there and chokehold people? I cursed this dude out. I should have worked and I got 100. It's because of your history, bro. I don't understand Draymond Green and how he reasons. Really, I don't. I'm done with this dude, man. I'm not gonna waste my time talking about Draymond Green. He's unbelievable. The way Draymond reasons is unreal. He reasons backwards. Why are you going to fine us like that? It's not fair to us. We should be allowed to go up there and kick people in the balls, and there should be no problem with it. Because after all, this is not a multi-billion dollar, $7 billion a year business. It's Draymond. I want to be able to do what I want to do.